So I wanted to talk about solitude and loneliness and the differences between those things. Right now, people are spending a lot of time by themselves, and that can be a really good thing. It provides us an opportunity to kind of look inward. One of my favorite sayings is, "If we don't go within, we go without." And so, this way of getting to know ourselves, to be with ourselves at this time, can be really positive. It also has the ability to drift into kind of loneliness and isolation and disconnection. And so one of the things I want you to think about is to be able to consider what is healthy, adaptive solitude and what is loneliness. Solitude for me really is a time of recharge. It's a time where I'm getting something from that process. I'm looking inward. I'm having time for contemplation and reflection on myself. And when I think about solitude and periods of solitude in my life, there are always times that yield meaningful reflections about myself, insights, and opportunities for growth. It's also a time where I get to kind of slow down, and I generally feel more energized as a result of it. With loneliness, I tend to feel scared, alone, disconnected, and not really plugged in. I'm not getting meaningful insights. I'm getting increasingly sad, scared, lonely. And so one of the things that I would really encourage is that if you feel yourself, at this stage, we're about 5-6 weeks in for most people to kind of dealing with coronavirus. And some of us maybe started in that place of solitude and we've crossed over. We've moved from feeling like, oh, this is a great time for personal growth and some quiet reflection, and now we're like, all right, I got the lesson, let's move on. Like I'm ready for something different, and we might be increasingly restless, frustrated, and lonely. So one of the things that I would really urge us to consider, urge you to consider, is that if you're starting to feel lonely, that you consider reaching out. That you pick up the phone, that you call a trusted other, somebody that you can share openly with, that you can be vulnerable and expressive with, and tell them about how you're feeling, tell them about what's going on. And if that's something that you don't feel like you have, then maybe this is an opportunity to consider working with a helping professional, somebody like a therapist or coach that can work with you and kind of support you through a time where this can be not lonely and disconnecting, but a time of reflection and meaningful support.